Good morning, children. Welcome to your English class. In today's English class, we are going to read a story from your reader book. The name of the story is The Wise Crow. The Wise Crow. And this story is written by Augusta Stevenson. Augusta Stevenson is the author of this story. By the way, this story is written in form of a dialogue. It can be a play. So, we are going to read a story in the form of dialogues between the two main characters. The two main characters are the crow and the sparrow. The crow and the sparrow. These two birds are the two main characters of this story. Now I will start reading this dialogue format and I am hoping that you are all going to read it with me. So let's start. The Wise Crow by Augusta Stevenson. The characters are, as I have already told you, the crow and the sparrow. This happened in a summer time in a meadow. The crow and the sparrow meet at a spring. So, the time is summer time. The time when there is scorching sun over our head and all the sources of water lack water in them. So there is a scarcity of water all around. It is very hard to find water. So this is summertime and the two main characters, that are the crow and the sparrow, meet near a spring. Spring is, of course, a source of water. So let's see what happens. Sparrow. Oh, me, the spring is dry. So the sparrow is very upset. The whole spring is dry. There is no water in it. The crow says, all the springs are dry. Now the crow has seen all the other springs and they are all dry. Sparrow. There may be water in the brook. Now what is brook? Brook is a small river. So the sparrow is hoping that there will be water in the brook. What the crow says? No, the brook is dry. But the crow confirms that there is no water in the brook as well. Now the sparrow says, what shall we do? Now the sparrow is very tensed. He is saying that what will they do? The crow says, there may be water in this pitcher. I will see. Aha, there is water. Come and drink. So then they saw a pitcher. Now the crow hopes that there might be water in the pitcher. And they both go there and they find that there is water. So they are hoping that they can now get some water to drink because both of them are very thirsty. Now the sparrow says, I cannot reach it. It is too low. So the water in the pitcher is very low. The sparrow cannot reach the water level. It is very hard. The crow says, stretch your neck. So the crow says that the sparrow should stretch its neck so that it can reach the water. The sparrow says, I stretch and stretch. I cannot reach it. The sparrow confirms that it is very difficult for her to reach the water level. The crow says, "Why, neither can I. Stretch as I will, I cannot reach it." Now the crow says that he can also not reach the water level. It is very low. The crow also is stretching its neck, but it cannot reach the water. The sparrow says, "What shall we do?" The sparrow is again very tensed, and she says, "What shall they do?" The crow says, "We will break the pitcher. Come on." Now the crow says that they will break the pitcher so that they can get the water. So this is their plan number 1. So they are going to break the pitcher. The sparrow, "I strike and strike." The crow says, "I strike and strike." The sparrow says, "We cannot break it." The crow says, "No, we cannot break it." So the plan number 1 is wrong. It has failed. They cannot break the pitcher. They strike with their beak, but it is too hard for them. So they cannot break the pitcher to get the water. Now what happens? The crow says, "Let us try overturn it. Come on now." So the crow now get another plan. He is saying that they will overturn the pitcher. They will turn the pitcher upside down so that they can get some water. The sparrow, "I push and push." The crow says, "I push and push." The sparrow says, "We cannot overturn it." The crow says, "No, we cannot overturn it." So plan number 2 has also failed. They cannot overturn the heavy pitcher. They try to push the pitcher, but they cannot overturn it. The sparrow says, "We must have water. What shall we do?" They are very thirsty. They need water. So she is very tensed and she is asking the crow, "What shall we do now?" Now the crow says, "Oh, I know the way to get water." Now the crow thinks something and he says that he knows a way. In this way you can get the water. But what is the way? He does not say. He drops pebble in the pitcher. Now the crow started to drop small pebbles in the pitcher. "Sparrow, why do you drop pebbles in the pitcher?" He drops in more pebbles, the water rises. By dropping more pebbles, the water level is rising up. But the sparrow is confused why the crow is doing so. Now she says, "Please tell me why you do that." The sparrow says, "The crow, why are you doing so? What is happening?" She is confused. The crow says, "Now come and drink, Miss Sparrow." Now the crow says to the sparrow that, "Come on, Miss Sparrow, you can drink the water now." The sparrow says, "Why I can reach the water? How queer, how very queer." Now she is astonished. She is surprised to see that the water has risen up and she can easily drink water in the pitcher. So she says, "How queer." Queer means strange. So it is very strange for her. So this was the story in the format of a dialogue. Here the crow drops pebbles inside the pitcher and as a result the water level rises and both of them can drink the water now. So the crow was very wise. He was very clever. Now there are some word meanings. The first one is strike. Strike means one is overturn. Overturn means knock over. The last one is queer. Queer means strange. So these are some of the word meanings. Now this was the whole story. I hope you have understood the story well. Please read the story. That will help you. I will end my class here. Thank you and take care.